Hey YouTube, it's Wes. Hope you guys are doing awesome today, my friends. I know I sure am. Hey, I wanted to talk a little bit about FEG token and why it's not blowing up in price. This is a good thing for us to think about. And it's not just FEG, it's a ton of the other burn tokens that are out there. Why are we not seeing them grow in price? We've seen in the crypto market right now, we've seen some huge sell walls be completely eaten through. We're seeing crypto really starting to grow. The market is coming back, which is a good thing. And, a lot of people are just rightly asking, well, where's FEG at in all of this? Why is it still stagnant? Does that mean this whole thing is dead? Same with a lot of the other burn tokens that you may have invested in, right? And so in today's video, I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about what's going on with all of that and why I think it behooves us all to be patient with this because big things are on the way with it. So all of this and a whole bunch more coming right up. All right, friends. Hey, thank you so much for joining me again today. Wes Spencer here. Hope you guys are doing awesome. We cover all things around crypto, startups, financial independence. I'm a cybersecurity executive by trade. In fact, I'm coming into the office today, so pretty excited about that as well. All right, so let's talk about this. FEG is still, I check it every morning and, through the FEG Tracker app. If you don't have the app, you definitely need to go grab that. It makes life really easy on the FEG side of the house just to keep track of what's going on there. And it's not growing. And a lot of people are getting discouraged by that. They're like, yo, this is taking way too long, Wes. Like, what's the deal with this? And I want to kind of take one quick step back and talk about what's happening with burn tokens as a whole. It's my opinion that we really began to see burn tokens take off, and FEG was one of the early ones that was out there. There were several others too. And a lot of them really came in the middle of the February liftoff. You guys remember February when crypto was just blowing up like crazy. The bull market was in full swing and we were just growing, with reckless abandon. And it just seemed like, what happens in that market is there's a lot of greed. You guys know I've covered the fear and greed index on this channel. It just sort of tracks where we at in the market in terms of just buyer sentiment. And a lot of burn tokens were coming out when crypto was just mooning like crazy, going straight to Mars and Alpha Centauri and even further. And it makes it easy for you to create any kind of technology project at that point in time because everything is growing and there's excitement. The market is frothy and everyone's just buy. Couple that with the fact that most burn tokens, if not all, are incredibly simple to create. In fact, it's literally, for the most part, copying and pasting contract code, creating your own token based off it, and you're off to the races. And that kind of market where you combine a really frothy, growing, greedy market with no barrier to entry can be dangerous for crypto. This is why we saw so many burn tokens come out that were complete frauds. That either had huge vulnerabilities in the contract codes when they would try to build on top of it, or were complete scams altogether. And we see a lot of people invest in those and they fall apart. We see a lot of people, wanting to be in, I wish I were in early on Shiba. I wish I were in early on FEG, one of those kind of things. And I get the sentiment. I think the sentiment makes total sense. I would be there as well. But for many of us, we came in late to that market. We may have chosen one of thousands upon thousands of burn tokens that didn't do what we wanted it to do. And even if it wasn't a complete scam, it just didn't grow the way we want it to grow. And that hurts the market. And I'm not saying by any means that burn tokens are what caused the end of this whole huge bull run in May. I'm not saying that. In fact, it wasn't. But it certainly was an indicator. It certainly was a play on that. When you have a greedy market and you give greedy people the ability to get in on something and they don't fully know what they're doing, that is a sign, that is a classic sign for things that will not end well for that kind of investor. So now that I've said all that, what's going on with FEG? Why is it taking so long to grow? Well, it's not just FEG. All of the burn tokens that are out there, for the large part, are not growing the way we would like to see them grow. I remember the early days, February, March, April, May, you jump right into CoinMarketCap and you check the newest, burn token that's out there is growing at like 30,000%. And you're like, whoa, I need in on that token. And that's not happening right now. I actually think that's healthy for us. I think most burn tokens, again, have no utility. The vast majority of them will fail. I mean, that's the reality. But some will make it through, either through great marketing, through pure luck, like what you see, happen with some of them that are out there, a combination of the both, like a Dogecoin approach, where it's a little bit of luck, a little bit of waiting and timing, and a lot of the market just deciding they like it, and others like FEG that have a ton of utility. And I think that's what confuses a lot of people. They're like, look, the utility is out there. Why is it not growing the way that it ought to grow? It's not like all the rest of the burn tokens. They have an exchange, they have swapping, they have liquidity pools and pairs. They have all of the stuff coming out that's going to allow new token providers to automatically create and drop tokens into the exchange and into the liquidity, making it very simple for anyone to get involved with FEG itself. And it's a low-cost exchange. It's a low-cost decentralized exchange. Why is it not growing? Well, here's the deal. I think a lot of these burn tokens, they definitely follow the market. You know how we always say Bitcoin leads the market? When Bitcoin does well, everything else tends to do well. When Bitcoin falls down, everything else tends to fall down. It's the market leader. There's truth to that. And I think a lot of the burn tokens even follow the rest. You sort of have the whole category Bitcoin and then a lot of the major altcoins, the Ethereums, the Cardanos, the Matics, the Polygon, like I just covered a little bit of yesterday's video. And remember, if you haven't seen that video, Matic is not involved in the Poly network stuff. Go watch yesterday's video. You'll see the full deep dive on that. But anyway, so you have the second category of like really high class altcoins. And then I think burn tokens follow even that. And so you couple, a lot of people got burned from the burn tokens, to sort of use that analogy, right? And on top of that, you combine, I'm going to close the car down here. People got, tired and frustrated with what happened with the burn tokens. And you combine that fact with a lot of people, the market is just not ready for it. And so when you combine two things like that, one of the things we have to realize is it's going to take some time for trust to come back into a lot of the burn tokens. And I'm not saying FEG has lost trust. It hasn't. I'm just meaning the buyer sentiment behind a lot of burn tokens, because people got burned on the burn token. So it's going to take a while for that to come back, and it's going to come. It will come. I'm convinced that FEG has too much promise. It has too much utility. It has too much of a user base to fail and fall apart. So in my view, it's still a good time to buy. It's still a good idea to be an investor in FEG. I think it's going to continue to do well. We just have to be patient. And that's the truth to almost all crypto investing strategies for most of us, is patience is worth more than anything. So YouTubers are always getting on and they're telling you, buy this crypto. I have so many inside secrets and look at my technical analysis. This one's going to make you a millionaire this year. Now, the truth is, no YouTuber really knows what they're talking about. They may have some idea for some of it, but they certainly don't really truly know everything. And so the reality is, for all of us, is patience is the real key. And so find those tokens, find those cryptos you like, do your own research, don't listen to YouTubers like me. And when you find the ones you like, invest in them. Especially when the market is young and new or down, those may be great buying opportunities. So I hope that helps you. Let's continue to be patient with FEG and a lot of the other burn tokens that are out there that you may like. And I think we'll see good things that are to come. All right, YouTube, thank you guys so much.